So successfully at such a young age, drivers like Lewis Hamilton are very definitely going to have to look over their shoulders. Guys like that coming through. Of course, we've got other men as well that came out of the championship last year. We're looking at Jack Hawksworth's car and the Mark Burdett Motorsport team. We're just wondering if there's a problem or they're just getting him into the correct position. There is Jack Hawksworth who came out of the car. It all looks okay. A little happy wave from Jack there. The 19-year-old comes from Bradford, started racing in Junior Max karting at the age of 13, as many of these drivers do. Lynn getting ready for that start. Theo Ellinas alongside him, and there you can see why they were talking about that. Simon Hill, what do you make of that?
Yeah, to be fair, I mean, the guys will deliberately light the tyres up anyway, get as much heat into the rears as they can, and I think because of the angle of the slope that you get up from Brands Hatch start position, you do tend to get a load of wheel spin and sideways action anyway, so that might have exacerbated it slightly, but I think it was pretty much what happens anyway, so it'll be interesting to see.
Absolutely right. Let's take a quick look at the grid there. Pole position 2 of the year for Alex Lynn, and Ford X Motorsport make it a 2 out of 2. Theo Ellinas for ATEC Reed Grand Prix alongside Jack Hawksworth. Great qualifying for him. P3, and Will Stevens in 4th. Row 3, Ollie Milroy and Ollie Rowland. Milroy quickest in the first race of the day earlier on this morning. On row 4, Felix Serrales and Mitch Gilbert, the young Aussie, had an engine problem in race 1. He's back going and gunning for it in this one. Jordan King and Josh Hill on row 5. Rows had 2 days, I think, in the car. Many of them had a lot more testing, of course.
Yeah, and it's quite significant. You know, we've seen a lot of drivers this weekend coming into various championships and doing very well with limited amount of testing. We've just seen, obviously, race victories for Stephen Jelly looking superb, and Ewan Hankey in the Carrera Cup. And
there's Pedro at the back.
There's Pedro, yeah, he's going to get his head around it. A hell of a difficult circuit to start on, Brands Hatch, because it's such easy to be close to the pace, but to be right on it takes an awful lot of experience of this circuit, especially in those cars.
Front runners lined up then. Alex Lynn, second pole, different protagonist on his outside in this one. Theo Ellinas, the young Cypriot, made a big bang into the championship here. So, are we going to get a long wait for the lights here? Drivers have been kept waiting a little while. Red's on now. Lynn on pole, Ellinas on his outside. Lynn gets away well, so too does Ellinas. Problem there towards the back of the field, but we'll concentrate on the top 2 as they come into. And look at Jack Hawksworth challenging for second position. Ellinas is on the outside line. Hawksworth had a little twitch there and can't do it. Ellinas slots back in second position, but it's Alex Lynn leading. Locks up slightly as they go into Druids for the first time. Now then, the Racing Steps Foundation winner, Oliver Rowland, having a good go there in the red, white and blue car, and he's being challenged as well. I think Will Stevens as they come down the hill for the first time, but Alex Lynn off the line well once again.
Yeah, my hearing that is a jump.
To see Theo Ellinas in second position, but Jack Hawksworth, good to see Mark Burdett up into podium positions as well. I think Jesse Crone probably the last driver, if I'm thinking correctly.
I think he won a race. Yeah, Jesse won a race, didn't he? Was that Thruxton, I think?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
He did, yeah. So what's that, a couple of years ago, I think, wasn't it? It was 09. He's a very talented young Finnish driver, and he does have the ability to pick these drivers up, does Mark. He always seems to have them. I remember Alex Storkenfeld, I think, drove for him a while ago, and
having said that, Hawksworth just got the black and white driving standard, so oh dear, we go. Sorry, mate.
It's been a theme throughout the day here at Brands Hatch, in just about every race, whether it's been the support races or the touring cars, that drivers watch here. This is the place they're talking about. 2 wheels, that's fine, and then you see in the background Rowland, I think, possibly had all 4 wheels across that white line. And there is a bit of an advantage to be gained, less so in a single-seater than in a sports or saloon car, definitely. And obviously these are the only single-seaters we see on the British Touring Car support package at the moment. So these are a little bit different in the way that they need to be driven, well, considerably different. And let's just hope from Jack's point of view he manages to keep it tidy for the balance of the race. Could be a real shame for him to lose what would be a debut podium. He did a really good job in the Winter Series for Mark Burdett. I think he was in a position where he was challenging for wins pretty much throughout. And there's absolutely no doubt that he's got the potential to really keep himself in the hunt throughout the season in terms of over the year, getting more and more on the pace. He had 3rd overall in that Winter Series with 4 pole positions and a couple of podiums from his 6 races, lots of karting before, and was a factory driver and for a number of the top kart teams. So interesting to see now as he gets going in this main series exactly how well he's doing, with a guy like Milroy as a race winner already behind him, and Rowland, who won Winter Series races as well. It shows just how well Jack is driving at the moment.
Yeah, Ollie Rowland incidentally winning. There he is. There's Ollie Rowland, the red, white and blue Racing Steps Foundation car. He's leading the graduate class. That's for under 19-year-olds who have done less than 2 races at this level in Formula Renault. So we've got a number of drivers in that. Mitch Gilbert, good to see him. And they acknowledge each other there. Very, very sporting indeed. Podium for Mark Burnett Motorsport and Jack Hawksworth. Then Ollie Milroy in 4th place. Will Stevens 5th. Mitchell Gilbert wins the graduates in the Graduate Cup class in 6th position ahead of...
For sure. Where's our 3rd place finisher? Here he is, Jack Hawksworth. Another man making his debut in the championship this weekend, and another man who's got a lot to be pleased about.
Yeah, not a bad weekend for us. To say sort of where we were on Friday and the sort of stuff which has been going on leading up to the race, it was we definitely came away with I think a deserved podium, and now look forward to the next one. And the good thing from here is we've got a lot still to improve on, and we will be there when it matters, sort of thing. And I think that's the most important thing. First solid weekend, and let's build from here, sort of thing. So no, good weekend.
It is a big step for you, isn't it? I mean, I know you did the winter series, but really, this is the jump up from karting. Yeah,
it's a big jump. We obviously come from karting where you sort of big fish in that pond, and then you come into car racing and suddenly you're starting again, sort of thing. And with the results we got in the winter series, I think obviously the expectation rises, and we've got to deliver this year. And my target's win the championship at the end of it. And we've not a spectacular start, but we're off on the right foot, which is always important.
And I know you've had a few sleepless nights over the weekend, haven't you?
Yeah, I didn't feel very well on Friday, so I didn't get much sleep. And then Saturday I decided that if I was going to do any good, I needed to wake up, so I took quite a lot of Red Bull. And that got me through Saturday, but then obviously I had a lot of caffeine in my system, and come Saturday night I had another sleepless night. I had 3 hours last night, and absolutely shattered today. So I think it was as much as anything a damage limitation, and I was just glad I got through it, because I got to admit on the starting grid for that last one I just had a couple of energy drinks, and I was a little bit nervous in the cockpit, sort of thing. So it's good to get the result, and let's build on. Let's have a caffeine-free weekend next time, and go from here, sort of thing.
So how do you feel things are looking going forward over the rest of the season?
Well, this is definitely going to be our weakest weekend of that, I'm sure. And so if we came out with a podium, then we're going to be contenders. And we've been running an extra 10 kilo compared to everyone this weekend due to a repair on the chassis. So that's just time giving away there, and also some bits and pieces which we know. The good thing about this weekend is we've narrowed down the problems, because at pre-season we struggled a little bit. I'm not going to lie, and we've narrowed down the problems, and I think now we know what the problems are. We can work on it and hopefully carry it all forward into Donington. Touch wood, anyway. Hopefully.
What are those problems?
Well, obviously the weight in the chassis, and then there's just a couple of things with the setup and stuff like that, which we've learned about this weekend, and I think we can move it forward. And also, I'm learning every weekend. It's my first year in car racing, so I need to up my game as well. And I don't think the sleep deprivation did my performance any good, so I think I'm a little bit to blame for the sort of not being quite up there today. But then there's a few other things, and with the weight thing, we're just giving away time there. So we'll be back at Donington, and hopefully we'll speaking to you again.
A lot of good drivers in this championship this year, aren't there?
Yeah, no, it's got quality in it. There's no doubt about that. So it's going to be tough. Lynn looks quick, so does Elinas. We're just going to have to step up to the plate and give him something to worry about.
Okay, we'll look forward to seeing you out there and racing in a couple of weeks' time in Donington. For now, though, back to Steve.